teammates about to face off to open this game. Walker Buehler making his first start against the Dodgers, and Mookie Betts to lead things off for the Dodgers on this Sunday afternoon. The game about set to begin after what will wind up being about a 45-minute delay. Dodgers winning the first game of the series 5-2 on Friday. Red Sox came back and won 4-2 last night. And so this game today will decide this 3-game series. And there is Buehler. These 56 and 50 Red Sox, one of 4 teams within a game and a half of the 3 wild card spots in the American League. You got the Yankees, the Mariners, the Red Sox, the Rangers all jammed in there. Going into the trade deadline this week with a couple months to decide it.
Yeah, this is where that additional wild card just makes it real fun for all the teams trying to decide these next few days, are they buyers or sellers? Red Sox in that mix as well.
A lot of the teams go right down to the last day, last few minutes, trying to decide what are we. Here are those wild card standings. The Yankees have just tanked, and then Aaron Judge going on the injured list yesterday with an elbow issue. Sounds like it's not as bad as they had feared, but can the Yankees survive losing Judge? They've already been scuffling for the last month plus. And you got the Rangers that have charged back into the picture, when in 6 consecutive games they're within a half game of the Red Sox. Let's take a look at the Dodger lineup here for the series finale, brought to you by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. Betts is back in there leading off, and then Ohtani down to the 2 spot with Teoscar Hernandez. See if he can make it 3 for 3 this weekend, finding the seats at Fenway Park. Freddie Freeman bats clean up. Andy Pages in center field hitting 5th, with Michael Conforto on left as the 6th hitter. At third base, Tommy Edman. Dalton Rushing gets his first action of the weekend, and Miguel Rojas is at second base today, hitting 9th. So the overall number is not good for Buehler. 5.72 ERA, but in the month of July the ERA is 3, and he's coming off 7 innings against an excellent Phillies lineup his last time.
He's been feeling good in the month of July. Definitely a different pitcher. Biggest reason why going down, working with the Maven group in Atlanta during the All-Star break. He said his mechanics kind of got him back on track. You know, Walker Buehler always kind of tweaking, trying to find that thing. That's why the numbers look a lot better. And he's going to throw a whole lot of pitches. We're breaking out the hot pink, the blues, the greens. He's got a 4-seam cutter, sinker, slider, the knuckle curve, sweeper, and the changeup. The sinker's been the best pitch for him, along with that sweeper when he throws it. And the whiff percentage bit different from 2021. When you look at his best season, this is the biggest difference, not the swing and miss that he's getting from what we saw a few years back.
All ready to go. Betts climbs in. Off we go with a fastball outside as Mookie gets his first start of this weekend, away from the team for personal reasons, a death in the family, so he was home in Nashville and arrived last night around game time. Tall task going up there facing Aroldis Chapman with a game on the line, and he takes strike 3 called. Put on a show in his return to Fenway Park a couple years ago. Chops this one to his shortstop counterpart Trevor Story. Good pick by Toro on the back end, and there's your first out of the game. Up comes Shohei Ohtani. Led off yesterday's game with a home run to center field against Garrett Crochet. 6 home runs in his last 7 games and 38 total to lead the league.
Such a similar swing on all of those home runs. Same with the location of the pitches, the location of where he hit him out. Middle away, where they've been attacking him, Joe, that up and in fastball, because when you throw it middle to away, you see exactly where he's hit those home runs. Beautiful job of going opposite field.
Yeah, how about all 6 of them have come to center or left?
Which is why when teams have attacked him, it's been the fastball up, breaking balls away off the plate.
He's ahead of Buehler 3-0. It has been, and this is a nitpick for a guy who's leading the league in home runs and pitching, but very much all or nothing lately. He's had those home runs, but also a lot of strikeouts. Had 3 of them yesterday, 12 in his last 5 games. Last 3 weeks, he has 3 non-home run hits. So you're either getting the strikeouts or majestic home runs from him. Takes a strike here and the count goes full.
A lot of chase. I think that's the biggest thing. And you'll see Shohei chase. It's not something that's new for him. But what we've seen the last few weeks is him really going after pitches outside of the strike zone. Normally kind of an uncompetitive pitch sometimes he'll swing at.
3-2 is outside for ball 4. That's another pitch that he'll see a lot of. That changeup away, but he takes it. And he's got a walk. First base runner of the game for the Dodgers. Mr. Fenway Park himself, Teoscar Hernandez, has homered in both games in this series and now 16 at Fenway in his career.
16 home runs. That puts him third, by the way, all-time home runs per at bat. It's quite a list to be on. Teo, man, he saw it with the grin. He talked to you pregame Friday. He loves playing here in Boston.
Frank Robinson, the #1 home run rate in Fenway Park history. Jose Bautista, those great seasons mostly for the Blue Jays, playing in the division. And then Hernandez, 1 ball and 1 strike. And to shine further light on how much he likes hitting here, he hadn't homered in a month coming into this weekend. 2 games, 2 home runs. 1-1 pitch from Walker Buehler. Spins a little bit low, ball 2. Walker Buehler in the strike zone, less than all but 1 pitcher in the American League. The Dodgers, when they're at their best, patient. They make pitchers come into the zone. 2-1 to Hernandez. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Spent some of the day off on Thursday with Clayton and Charlie Kershaw, did Buehler. And they got his ring on Friday. Caught up with his old teammates. Dave Roberts was saying that he hopes for Walker's sake that seeing the team and seeing that ring can remind him how good he can be. He said hopefully it reminds him that for a week from now when he makes his next start.
Say, why would Dave say that?
Strikes out Hernandez. 2 gone in the first.
2 back-to-back sliders for the strikeout.
He said that he was pretty certain the Dodgers are going to get Walker Buehler's best today. One competitive fire that burns in there.
Really cool moment. All his teammates being able to see the ring for the first time. Buehler likes his bling too, so big moment for him.
Freeman lifts this ball to right center field. Abreu is there, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. Buehler puts up a 0. Dustin May takes the ball when you come back. Alex Cora's lineup today. Roman Anthony bats leadoff for the first time in his young major league careers. Duran slides down and hits third. Then Story, Yoshida, and Narvaez. Wilyer Abreu's in right field. Cedar Rafaela at second, and Abraham Toro at first, hitting 9th. Dustin May followed Ohtani his last time out of the bullpen. That was Monday against Minnesota. He gave up 5 hits and 3 walks in that game, but was able to put up zeros, pitch around all that traffic. And he's in there with strike 1 on Anthony. Which version will they get today? The start before that, he gave up 7 runs to the Giants. Here's his 0-1. Little bit outside, 1-1 on Anthony.
It's all going to start with the fastball. He leans a ton on that sinker, the sweeper with it. His 4-seam's actually his best fastball. Throws that only 16% of the time.
More and more lately, though. That one hits Anthony.
See a look at the sweeper, sinker, 4-seam, and the cutter, but that 4-seam stands out. Not just being up in the zone, but 115 batting average against. The whole reason why he's throwing it more. It's been his best pitch.
Hits Anthony on the foot, and Roman Anthony's reached base 5 consecutive times up back to yesterday. Leadoff man aboard, and Alex Bregman at the plate for the Red Sox. Had his best game since coming back from the quad injury yesterday, collecting 3 hits. May's 0-1. Bregman takes ball one.
It's really solid at bats. That's stood out with Bregman. It's just battling. I mean, 9-10 pitch at bats, fouling off every pitch, earning those hits.
One and two. Pull that right out of Fenway Park.
Someone rolling out of a pub right now just got nailed in the
right.
head.
Is that an early day or a really late night?
Yeah, go either way here in Boston.
Fastballs fly to right center field for Tasker Hernandez, and the first out for May. Oh, one gone in this first inning, and Duran went 3 for 4 yesterday with a pair of triples. He's the first Red Sox to get 2 triples in a game since Mookie Betts did it in his MVP season of 2018. And Duran, who as recently as a few days ago was one of the hottest names in the trade market, and there are still teams calling about him, but it seems like the Red Sox probably not as eager to deal him. No longer have that logjam in the outfield. The trickle down to losing their second baseman Marcelo Meyer means that a lot of days they're going to need Duran in center field. They're going to need Rafaela at second. And especially if he's doing what he's done in these couple games, why would you want to trade him?
Such a dynamic player, and he does these hot streaks that when he goes, he's on fire, and he runs like he's literally on fire. Look at his hot zone this series. Hit a little bit of everything, Joe. Just the one cold zone up and away, but up and in, down, breaking balls, pretty much everything he's seen. Led the majors triples last year.
Bounce right side and through. Another hit for Duran. And the Red Sox have him at the corners with one away.
We're just shown on the hot zone. Don't throw it here. Low and down. Good spot for Duran just to get this through the 4-hole. Another hit.
Well, the Red Sox had all kinds of traffic on Friday night, but the Dodgers were able to pitch around that in the 5-2 win. Last night, Red Sox were able to cash in and won it 4-2. Trevor Story. Dustin May was coming set there before Story was ready, so the home plate umpire Dan Merzel letting him know. Make sure the hitter's ready for you. Story walked and scored in yesterday's game after he doubled on Friday night. Anthony at third, Duran at first. May to the plate. Story drives a ball to right center field. Pages on the run. He's on the track. He makes the catch. Plenty deep enough to bring home Anthony for the first run of the afternoon. 1-0 Boston. Trevor Story with his team leading 61st run batted in.
Trevor Story swinging the bat really well the last few months. Struggled out the gate coming off those injuries.
Two outs, and here's Yoshida. Speaking of injuries, Yoshida missed the first few months of this year. Didn't make his season debut until the first week of July. Had shoulder surgery right after last season on an injury that had bothered him since coming from Japan a couple years ago. Played through that to the tune of a .287 average his first 2 years. To 7 pro seasons in Japan where he hit more than 20 home runs a year, which is something in Japan where you don't have as many home runs typically. He walked more than he struck out. And as always, questions accompany guys when they come from another country, another league like that. Can they do it here? Well, when he's been on the field, he has. .32-year-old Yoshida with a runner at first and 2 out. It is 2 pickoffs over there. And now Duran and all his speed be free to run here. Inches to a bigger lead. Tempting May, daring him. Off the end of the bat, down the left field line. Conforto's coming on. Oh, he overruns the ball. And Aaron Conforto keeps the inning going.
It's almost as if he was concerned with the wall coming in. Ends up overrunning this. Still a catchable ball, even though he overruns it right off of his glove.
You know, every football field 100 yards long, exactly the same shape. Every basketball court, same dimensions. Every baseball stadium a little bit different. And they all factor into the game. And we talk about the green monster and the way that impacts things, but those close quarters down each line, that impacts things as well. So now they got to face Narvaez with 2 on and 2 out, and the Boston catcher takes inside ball 1. Narvaez, one of the breakout stars for the Red Sox. Acquired from the New York Yankees this offseason. He had only played 6 games in the major leagues for the Yankees in 9 years in their organization, and he comes here to Boston. Takes over the starting job at catcher and has had a huge first year. Bouncing ball that Rojas fields and steps on the bag to end the first. Red Sox on the board first.
Visit MLBshop.com for the largest selection of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories. Gear up at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of your Dodgers.
Red Sox strike first, 1-0, top of the second inning. And Walker Buehler back to the mound to face off with Pages, Conforto, and Edman. Pages 1 for 4 yesterday after 2 hits on Friday night. He's hitting .420 over the last week. Buehler's 0-1, a breaking pitch lifted to right, routine for Abreu. Gold Glover puts it away, 1 gone in the second. Walker Buehler, 5.72 ERA coming in. Red Sox open, he can make a similar turnaround to what he did last year, because you think about last year and you think about the way that it finished with his World Series glory, but he had a 5.38 ERA for the Dodgers last year. This time of year, he wasn't even with the team. There were about 2 months there where he didn't pitch. Injuries were part of it, but it was also just kind of a search on his own to rediscover his mechanics. You were touching on him working on that during the All-Star break this year. He went away, figured it out himself, came back and struggled some more in September. There were talks of, does this guy remain in the organization? Does he get sent down? Winds up making the postseason roster, and as so many times he's done, found his best there. He got lit up in the division series, but then 4 scoreless innings in Game 3 of the championship series, 5 shutout innings Game 3 of the World Series, and then of course 2 nights later, the night that'll cement his legacy in Dodger history. 0-2 to Conforto's in the dirt, ball 1. 76 pitches in Game 3. And then 2 nights later, he's getting on the bus to go to Game 5, and Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes are sitting near the front of the bus, and he says to him, hey, just want to let you guys know if things get wonky tonight, I'm good to go. And they both kind of rolled their eyes like, okay, dude, you're coming off your second Tommy John. You just threw 75 pitches 2 nights ago. Okay. Well, Jack Flaherty only gets 4 outs in that game. Conforto flies this ball to center field. Duran has plenty of room, 2 out. They had just unloaded the bullpen in a bullpen game the night before. Now they got to start unloading the pen again. And then they score 5 runs in the 5th inning. So this is a game they can win. Walker Buehler finds his way back into the clubhouse where Andrew Friedman had gone to try and set up a flight to get Yamamoto back to Los Angeles with a lay flat bed so he could rest up for a Game 6 start. That looked like it was definitely going to happen because Garrett Cole had a no-hitter going and it was 5-0. Edman takes high. And Buehler says, hey, is this wonky enough? And Andrew said, yeah, this is pretty wonky. So Buehler puts his spikes on, goes and taps Dave Roberts on the shoulder in the dugout and says, I'm going into the bullpen if you need me. And Dave said, seeing the look in his eye, it was like, okay, this guy means business. And Dave starts looking at his lineup card, starts looking ahead, counting outs. How are we going to get there? It may have to have Buer as part of the picture. And so sure enough, after Blake Trinan digs deep and goes 2 1/3, Walker Buehler comes on for the 9th inning. And as up and down as his 7 years were with the Dodgers, as complicated as that overall legacy might be, it was cemented with what he did there game 5 to finish it off. That's a great play by Roman Anthony in front of the wall. And that's a scoreless second inning for Walker Buehler. If Dustin May and the Dodgers get 7 strikeouts in this game, everybody gets a free jumbo jack with the purchase of a large drink, and they're facing a Red Sox team that strikes out a lot. Only the Rockies and the Angels have struck out more than Boston this year. Bottom of the order for the Red Sox. This is Wilyer Abreu to lead off. He pops the first pitch up into center field. Very aggressive, as we saw last night. He came off of the bench, grounded into a double play first pitch that he saw, and flies out to center field. First pitch here of the second.
Very aggressive Red Sox team, not just striking out a lot, they don't walk a whole lot. They're not going to take a lot of pitches.
A lot of action.
A lot of action. That kind of baseball.
Cedar Rafaela.
Wants to see walks.
Nah. Hey, you're not going to see many with this guy. Speaking of action, speaking of aggressive, Rafaela, the most aggressive hitter in the sport, swings at 60% of the pitches that he sees. It's a small bucket of guys that even swing at 50%. He's up at 60. 24-year-old from Curacao. Curacao full of Braves fans because of Andruw Jones largely. And so this is Cedar Chipper Rafaela.
Wow.
Named after Chipper Jones.
Also, the age of Chipper, that there's guys in the big leagues that were named after him.
Rafaela with a line drive into center in his first hit of this series.
Sweeper left over the middle part of the plate. That aggressive swing. I mean, he'd be swinging if it was a foot off, but left there in the middle, he gets barrel.
Brings up Abraham Toro out of the 9 spot. Backdoor pitch didn't get home. Ball 1. Toro's out of Quebec. Same high school that produced Eric Gagne and Russell Martin. Parents are from Venezuela. They moved to Quebec just before Abraham was born. 28 years old. He's in his 5th year in the major leagues. He's bounced from one team to another. He was with Houston. He was with Alex Cora there. And then he goes to Seattle, Milwaukee. Last year he was in Oakland and signed a minor league contract with the Red Sox and has been an important piece. Started in AAA where they figured he'd be, but forced into the major leagues when their first baseman Tristan Casas got hurt. And even though first base is a spot that he's never really played, Rafael Devers said, I'm not playing it. So they had to find somebody, and Toro's been that answer. His willingness to play it has been his ticket to being a guy for them. There goes Rafaela on a foul ball, and strike 2.
Not an easy position to throw an outfielder, throw a player at. Be able to dig out, save so many balls out of the dirt. Just understand where to position.
.220 hitter for his career, .267 in his first year in Boston. Bounces this ball to second under hurdling Rafaela. They get the out at second base. Rojas to Betts, 2 out.
Rafaela trying to dodge that one. Does not affect Miggy Rowe at all.
May wanted to double play. Instead faces Anthony, who he hit the first time. There's a sweeper that makes it home. Moves a mile for a strike on Anthony. One.
Probably the most impressive part of Roman Anthony since getting called up, the top prospect, not just with Boston, but in MLB, is that eye that he has for being so young.
One of the lowest chase rates in baseball. Having just turned 21 years old, very mature approach. When you think of top prospects, you think of big, hulking figures that hit the ball a mile, and he can do that. But this part of his game is something you figure guys are going to develop as they accumulate a few years in the league. May's ahead of him 1-2. There goes Toro. Throw down from Rushing. Not in time. Abraham Toro with a stolen base.
Just a great jump Toro gets. And Rushing, almost a perfect pitch location too, right over the shoulder, but you see the jump.
Only the second stolen base of the year for Toro. Puts him into scoring position for Anthony on this 2-2 pitch. Alex Bregman waits on deck as it goes to 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Anthony grounds it along first, foul. Second round draft pick in 2022 was Roman Anthony at a high school in Florida. He was in AA as the youngest guy, 19 years old. He was in AAA at the age of 20. And in the big leagues at 21. On to the 3-2. Anthony grounds it along first again, but playable for Freddie Freeman, and the Red Sox strand Toro in scoring position. 2 in the books, 1-0. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get Carl's Jr.'s new Queso Crunch Combo with fries and a frozen drink for just $9.99. Now that's hot. Dalton Rushing's first at-bat of the weekend begins with a strike from Walker Buehler. Rushing doing the catching today. Will Smith getting the day game off.
Buehler leaning a lot on the breaking ball for the 6 first outs. Going to that pitch. It's actually been a sweeper. It's been one of his better pitches.
And throwing all those breaking pitches more lately. Slider against the Phillies on Monday threw 30 times, and that was out of the blue. It'd been 4 or 5 per start prior to that. That's always kind of been the thing with Buehler. One start to the next, you never really know which pitch he's going to feature. And he's always said, look, I know there are people that argue you should pare it down, focus on a few pitches, but the more options I have, the greater the odds are that on a given start, I'm going to have a pitch that works. His 2-2 misses way in.
The Red Sox have talked about, though, how they would like him to hone in on maybe like half those pitches. I mean, he's has 7 or 8 he can go to. But as you kind of get near the end of your career, the stuff isn't playing as much.
Well, they can. They should save their energy, save their breath there. Walker Buehler's in his 8th year, celebrates his 31st birthday tomorrow. He is who he is.
That's when you know you're in year 1 with Walker Buehler. We're going to just try to see if we can get him to throw maybe not as many pitches, just maybe the better ones. Walker's be like, they're all good. On any given night, I'll do what I want.
Rojas takes high. Rojas had a base hit yesterday. That snapped an 0-for-11 slide. Starts at second base today. Ha-Seong Kim dealing with that shoulder issue. So even though it's a right-handed pitcher, Kim gets a day of rest. Hopes to avoid an injured list stint. But that shoulder really bugging him.
I was impressed he got the hits he did, Joe.
Yeah.
We saw him 4 Ks Friday night, and I mean, he was in pain every single swing.
Dodgers had hits yesterday. They had 9 of them, but went 2 for 13 with men on base. They had the 3 outs they made on the bases. And Dave Roberts was saying after the game he was okay with those outs. He liked an aggressive base running approach from them, especially facing a guy like Crochet. Going to be harder to string it together against. Just didn't turn out, and they fell 4-2. 3-2 to Rojas. He takes the walk. A walk to the 9-hitter. Back to the top of the order. Dodgers to get their second look at Buer. Before they do, a word from Archer Jerky.
Fuel your game day with Archer Jerky and Meat Sticks. Find them at grocery and club stores near you.
How in the world can anybody here boo Mookie Betts? He didn't trade himself to the Dodgers. It wasn't Mookie's idea to get Alex Verdugo, Connor Wong, and Jeter Downs in exchange for himself. This guy over 6 years with the Red Sox, an MVP, won a World Series in 2018. As exciting of a player as there was in the American League. Fly to right center field. Jarren Duran's got it. Back to first goes Rojas. 2 out in the 3rd.
He should get an ovation every time he takes the field in this stadium. And there is that sentiment. Overall, Red Sox fans absolutely love him. They love seeing him come back. I mean, just him pregame running over after the first pitch, shaking hands, hugging, just absolutely loving and being loved from everyone around him here.
Curveball for a strike on Ohtani. Drew a walk his first time. Buehler's issued 2 of those, but has not given up a hit. Two and one. It's left-handed hitters that have done the majority of the damage against Buehler this year. He's been dominant against righties. Lefties, though, 320. That's the highest average in the AL. That's a line drive of a base hit into center field for Ohtani. We were talking his first time up, the lack of non-home run hits. There's one right there, his 4th the last 3 weeks. Hit at 109.
I was going to say, he gets any more underneath this, it would have been out here with the exit velocity, 109 miles an hour. Gets a cutter, middle in, drives right up the middle. Good to see him on base. We've seen him on base with walks, but with hits too. I'm sure it feels good for him. Loves the long ball, of course, but just to show the diversity.
Tying run in scoring position. Go ahead, run aboard. Teoscar Hernandez, the lone strikeout victim so far. That one buzzes inside, misses. Two and 0. Good take, ball 3. Freddie Freeman waits on deck. Hit it hard his first time and has homered against Buehler a couple times before. 3-1. Teoscar Hernandez, so good with runners in scoring position in his first year as a Dodger and in his first month this year. 6 for his last 41, though, with runners in scoring position. Coincides with the groin injury back in May.
Telly wants to hit. That was ball 4. Cut her way off the plate. Down.
Walk from Rojas, single from Ohtani, and a 3-2 to Hernandez is taken for ball 4 to load the bases. Third walk that Buehler's issued, and Freddie Freeman comes up. Now Freeman's looked better and better the last few days. 368 over his last 5 games with a couple multi-hit games in there. Waiting for the power to resurface. Take any kind of hit right here. Dodgers down 1-0 in the third. It's another one of those left-handed hitters to the plate. Rojas at third, Ohtani at second, Hernandez at first. First real shot for the Dodgers here. A curve to the outside corner for a strike.
Barely. I don't even know if it clipped the corner.
The 0-1 in the dirt. A good stop by Narvaez. The 1-1 pitch. Couldn't lay off. And it's 1-2.
Freddie expecting a breaking ball, just didn't want this breaking ball. Was hoping it'd stay a little bit more up in the zone.
Buehler to Freeman, the 1-2 pitch inside.
Cranked it up a bit, 96. We haven't seen that. Buehler hasn't hit 95, let alone 96. He wanted that one.
Two. Ball 3.
That's a great take. That is a great take. After he swung and missed, chased the slider 2 pitches prior. This is a good slider. Exactly where Buehler wants it. Freddie does not bite.
More balls than strikes so far from Buehler. Bases loaded, 2 out. Payoff. Ball 4 to tie the game. The 4th Buehler walk has pushed in a run, and it's 1-1 here in the third.
Just a nice adjustment too from Freddie. Didn't see a strike after that swing and miss and took everything after it. Ended up getting the same pitch he chased. Took it.
So the Dodgers still with just 1 hit. Ohtani's single, but they've tied it up. And with the bases loaded, Pages slaps a fly ball to right field. Abreu will put it away and end the inning. Dodgers have tied it middle of the third at Fenway.
Blake China was activated off of the IL, of course, available for high leverage roles out of the bullpen. And we should also be seeing Blake Snell over the weekend in Tampa. And then there's also Justin Robleski, who was recalled from OKC AAA. And Dave Roberts was saying for Justin, he's returning in a position, of course, out of the bullpen. We might start to see a couple guys who are traditionally starters start making their way into the bullpen to start preparing for October. And also just with a 6-man rotation with Blake Snell returning, guys.
All right, Kirsten, as Alex Bregman starts his third for the Red Sox, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dustin May is certainly one of those guys in that conversation, already having reached a career high in innings pitched. We ask which version of him are we going to get today, and then what role are we going to get from him moving forward with that innings total, even though he's feeling strong. Domino effect of that rotation, knock on wood, getting healthy. You could see him being a weapon coming out of the bullpen.
Absolutely, especially with the stuff when it's right. Utilization of that sweeper, both his fastballs. And the biggest thing for him, that's why I think his last appearance was so good. He's out of the bullpen, you know, coming off after Ohtani. You saw the numbers when he's trying to get through the first inning. We saw it in this game. Struggled more. ERA is higher. He's been good once he gets through that first inning. So he can just eliminate the first inning coming out of the pen. That'd be good news for the Dodgers.
Kicks and deals 2-2 to Bregman. And a line drive to the left field corner. That is a foul ball.
Hard to get foul over there.
Yeah. Got about a yard.
This is a nightmare, by the way, for any left fielder. Right field's got it too. Wow. A couple inches. If you're trying to catch a ball, get to a ball over there, just knowing the wall so close to that foul line. Of course, how many doubles sneak over there as well, bounce in fair, and then end up in a fan's hands.
So another 2-2 pitch. Bregman, look out. 96 gets away from May. Breezes by his hands.
See where rushing set up too. He wanted that down and away.
That's uncomfy. If you're Bregman, you got to be a little bit crazy as a major league hitter to stand back in there. 3-2 pitch. Pinpoint outside corner, and the perfect pitch to throw back up there after you brushed him back.
And almost like to let Bregman know, like, I don't have my two seam right now. I can't even grip it. I'm supposed to place it over there. Backs him off, almost hits him, and then absolutely, I think back to back, and then this one, following the one that almost had same pitch.
Unfair. First strikeout of the game for May. First out of the third. Duran comes up. Backdoor, strike one. Duran came up through the minor leagues as a high average, high on base guy, and then early on in his career started trying to pull it for power like you've seen a lot of guys in this generation do. And then he said, that's not really me. But he's also saying, I don't feel like I'm the, grind you out, wait around, draw the walk, high on base guy necessarily. So what did he become? He became the perfect hitter for this ballpark. He's incorporated the monster into his approach, peppering those extra base hits over there. Mentioned on Friday night, and you mentioned today, led the league in doubles and triples last year. That hadn't happened in more than 50 years. He's again leading the league in triples. He's top 5 in doubles. And a lot of that has to do with the way he plays into his home ballpark.
Yeah, right field. I mean, everyone thinks about left field playing it off the monster. There's your doubles. The triples, you can get it down to that right field corner, which he did last night.
Towards the monster he goes here. Into the corner is Conforto. Jeez, the adventure continues. That's a foul ball.
I think a fan may have touched it too.
Why not?
He just looks like, get me out of Boston in this corner.
It was a fan or a window or a door, yeah.
A lantern. They got it all.
In a park that opened in 1912 and saw Babe Ruth make his major league debut as a pitcher. You name a baseball player, chances are he's come through here. May will try another 1-2 pitch. Duran swings and misses. A half-hearted swing. Tried to lay off but couldn't. And after 2 innings without a K, that's back-to-back strikeouts to open the third.
Dustin May loves this pitch, being able to use a sweeper both sides of the plate. Here he comes inside. See how long it's a strike, and that's exactly what Duran thinks is he's got to protect, and tries to realize last minute it's not a strike. Too late.
One of the best in the league with 2 strikes this year is May. Trevor Story knocked in Boston's run with a sacrifice fly. Looks at a fastball that nails the target there, bottom part of the strike zone. Quickly 0-2. The kick, the 0-2 pitch. Protects on that fastball. And Dustin, outside of the one that got away from Bregman, has seemed to have really nice glove side command of that.
Beautiful job throwing both the 2-seam and the 4-seam. Glove side.
One and two on Story. May comes back home and strikes out the side in the third. Starting to feel himself a little bit there. That fastball just blown by Story after he pinpoints to Bregman, sweeps it under Duran. Tied at 1 after 3. Three Ks in a row right there for Dustin May. 4 away from Jumbo Jacks on the day. And a 1-1 game as we move along to the 4th. Dodgers have their lone run despite only getting 1 hit against Walker Buehler through 3 innings. They've taken advantage of 4 walks, one of them with the bases loaded from Freddie Freeman to push across a run. Conforto leads off and takes strike 1 from Buehler.
Shows you the difference too. Buehler, the first 3 starts in July, 4 walks total, 4 walks already here against the Dodgers, but that's also this Dodger team. I mean, they're the team that's going to wait him out. They know that he throws a lot more balls than strikes if you let him. They've been very patient.
And so far so good, bouncing back from a season high 15 Ks last night.
Yeah, that's Garrett Crochet. Had a lot to do with that and the stuff that he had, especially after 2 solo home runs in the first. Looked like it was going to be a very different game.
That would be it for the Dodgers. Those 2 homers. 2 and 2 on Conforto, who has homered against Buehler before, back when he was with the New York Mets early on in his career. He's one of the top young hitters in the National League. Seen some flashes of that lately. Conforto's at .296 over his last 10 games. On this 2-2 from Buehler, fouls it off. We'll do it again. He'd like to have that one back. So .294 his last 10 games, but really over the last month plus, things have stabilized for Conforto after the really tough first few months in Dodger blue. Fouls another. Edman and rushing to follow in this inning against Walker Buehler. So he's missed the strike zone with 37 pitches today. Dodgers have only chased 5 of those. Talk about making the pitcher work. Payoff. Golf to right center field. Headed back there. It's got a chance. Conforto to the deepest part of the yard. Dodgers take the lead as Conforto sends one to the seats. 2-1.
Another 2-strike at bat too for this Dodger team. But Michael Conforto, you talked about it, Joe. Bat heating up. The biggest thing with him too has been the timing. Just getting that front foot down. This cutter left middle, 88 miles an hour. And you're 421 feet into that nook and cranny in right center field, one of the hardest parts to hit it out. Just a great at bat too from Conforto, fouling off the pitches prior to get to that hanging cutter right over the middle part of the plate.
9th this season. 5 of those have come over the last month. Home runs have been an issue for Buehler all year. That's the 18th that he's allowed. So the Dodgers have come back to take the lead. Edman down the line, and Abraham Toro beats him to the bag for the first out of the 4th. 18 home runs allowed by Buehler. That's 2 shy of his career high. 2019 he gave up 20. Rushing. Ball one. Buehler, 7 seasons with the team that drafted him with the Dodgers, and then a 1-year contract with the Red Sox. Conversations with the Dodgers about returning. He said this is about the only place that he would have chosen to go over a short-term reunion with the Dodgers. Love the idea of pitching at Fenway Park for a big-time organization like this. Had a rushing 1 and 2. His first 5 years with the Dodgers, it's easy to forget just because of the injury issues of the last few years, the struggles that he went through when he was healthy. He was 40-13 with a 2.90 ERA. Short list of the best young pitchers in baseball those first couple of years. Then he underwent Tommy John. It was his second Tommy John operation, and that's so hard to come back from a second. He missed all of 2023. Last year we detailed was not himself pretty much at any point during the regular year, but to be expected coming back from a surgery that is a second of its kind for him. And so a bit of a complicated legacy to sort of encapsulate there, and then seals the deal with the way he finished and the way he always pitched in the postseason.
He looked so vintage Buehler.
Rushing to second, caught by Rafaela.
He pitches with so much emotion, so much passion, honestly a ton of confidence. I knew him at Vanderbilt. Remember just him blowing smoke at the top of the zone. One of the first pitchers to really own a fastball at the top of the zone, one time when the 2-seam was king. Down at the knees. Walker Buehler, one of the first to really throw 98 at the top and just say, come on, give me, you know what's coming. I dare you to try to hit it.
Rojas walked to begin the 3rd inning, came in to score their first run. And an 0-2 hole here. Buehler working quickly, bounces that ball in there. 19 World Series innings for Walker Buehler in his time with the Dodgers, 1 run allowed. One of 3 pitchers all time that can say that. That many innings, that few runs in the Fall Classic. Is 1-2 to Rojas, spins down and away.
That's incredible. 19 innings pitched when it matters the most.
2018, 2020, and then last year. And it wasn't just Game 5. Remember, Game 3, 5 scoreless innings at Yankee Stadium. Here's his payoff. Ball 4 to Rojas. Walks him for the 2nd time and has issued 5 today. So Mookie Betts comes up. First game back this weekend. First start at least. He's 0 for 2. And now 3 for his last 32. There goes Rojas' first pitch. Throw from Narvaez not even close to in time. Walker Buehler's given up now 17 steals in 18 tries this year.
Doesn't even see him. Didn't even look. Great job by Miggy Rowe picking that up.
2nd of the year for him. So a chance for Betts to knock in a run. Already 82 pitches for Buehler. No surprise when you just look at the walk total and what we've talked about. The Dodgers not chasing him out of the zone hardly at all in this game. On a 1-1 pitch, Betts goes up the middle, base hit center field. Duran's got a good arm. Rojas running with a crack of the bat. No shot for Duran. Mookie Betts drives in a run, makes it 3-1 Dodgers.
It's got to feel so good. And I think those are Mookie cheers, not boos. That's what I'm pretending anyway. It feels like there's more Dodger fans in this stadium. Beautiful job. This slider, by the way, off the plate. Mookie does a great job going out to get it. Finds that poke up the middle, and Miguel Rojas, after the stolen base, coming around easily to score.
How about Miguel Rojas using his legs to help manufacture a run there? Stealing a base, first pitch that Buer throws, and then right after that, Mookie Betts goes through the middle. So the Dodgers 3, the Red Sox 1. The pitching coach, Andrew Bailey's out for a word with Buer. And Ohtani's coming to the plate, having reached both times already.
Slider, the last pitch to get hit, has been the least field pitch we've seen with Buer. We saw with the at-bat with Freeman, just unable to kind of really get good control of it. We've seen it miss a lot down.
Brennan Bernardino warming in the Red Sox bullpen as Ohtani takes away. Rip and a miss. He does not get cheated.
I mean, Teo felt the bat speed on deck.
Yeah.
I think he'll knock you
Little
down.
breeze. Ground ball has eyes. Base hit to right center. And Ohtani's been on all 3 times. Betts races to third.
Beautiful job. Look at where this pitch is. Change up low and away. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, the levers that he's got. Look at the reach to be able to go on a pitch that's that far from his body and just get enough. Seen so many home runs hit opposite field, but here poking it through at 86. Dude that can hit 110 regularly.
A run in the bank, couple runs in the bank with a home run from Conforto and the base hit from Betts. A chance for more here. Teoscar Hernandez fouls off the first pitch. Dodgers trying to get greedy here in the 4th, leading by 2. With Betts at third and Ohtani at first. Of course, seeing Ohtani be very judicious in his stolen base attempts, but with Buehler's lack of concern for the running game, would not be a surprise to see him go. 0-2 on Hernandez. Teoscar has one of the 5 walks for the Dodgers. He also the lone guy that has struck out against Buehler. 2 on, 2 out, and an 0-2. Not even through 4 innings. The 90th pitch. Two and 2. Walker Buehler's having to experience from the other side what he watched up close the last few years. How tough this lineup can be. How stubborn they can be. There goes Ohtani on a 2-2 that's tapped foul.
Goes back to that slider, the one pitch that Teo cannot lay off of. So he now chase that pitch out of the zone twice in this at bat. See the frustration.
We were talking about it during the pregame show. Just 2 strikes has been the war that has won each game. Dodgers won it on Friday. Red Sox won the 2-strike battle last night and won the game. Here, Buehler's able to get Hernandez to finish off the Dodgers. But Michael Conforto to the deepest part of Fenway. The Dodgers lead it 3-1. Dustin May finds himself pitching with the lead for the first time today. 5, 6, and 7 for the Red Sox here. This is Masa Yoshida leading off, and that is strike 1. And that's what May has dialed in here. That glove side fastball helping him strike out the side in the 3rd after he didn't have a K the first 2 innings. Right back there, this time with a cutter, and it's 0-2.
help set up that cutter, but really the sweeper, which is his favorite pitch to throw. He throws it over 40% of the time. Same tunnel, that glove side, same direction. He wants that sweeper to go.
That was the sweeper on a bounce to second for Rojas. One gone in the fourth. Dodgers 3, Red Sox 1. Up comes Carlos Narvaez. Grounded out his first time. Strike one, which has made all the difference for Dustin May this year. It's the most important pitch in baseball. We talk about all the time. May, one of those guys, has a drastically different split based on the outcome of that first pitch. He gets strike one. It drops the hitter's OPS by 340 points. And now strike two.
That's such a beautiful spot. When he hits that, Joe, I mean, it is a difference maker for him.
'97.
Such an easy 97, the way Dustin May throws. I mean, it's such a fluid motion. It doesn't look max effort. And honestly, all his pitches, when he's going right, everything looks the same, and he'll dial it up.
Sweeper that moves a mile and strikes out Rafaela. Who is this guy? 4 of the last 5 hitters he struck out.
All comes back to that glove side command, because off of that, every hitter thinks they got to protect the fastball. That's exactly what's going through Carlos's head here, to protect fastball 96 dotted instead of it's a sweeper at 85 moving off the plate.
Now Buer, Abreu, always aggressive, flied out first pitch that he saw his first time up. May looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He's way outside with his first pitch here. Looking for his second road win is Dustin May. He's 5-2 at home, but he's 1-4 with a 7 ERA on the road. Two and 0. Pitching at Fenway Park for the first time. Turns, fires 2-0. Little high. And Abreu has reeled in that aggressiveness here with a couple good takes these last 2 pitches.
2 pitches very close. He wants nothing out of it. He's a little more off the plate, though, so almost sitting, thinking about that fastball inside. There, taken all the way.
Abreu, a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of pub for the stories they've had around here the last year, but he's been excellent. Second season in the majors, Gold Glove as a rookie last year. Only Jackson Merrill had a higher OPS than Buer, Abreu among rookies, and he's been better this year. After hitting 15 home runs as a rookie, he's got 20 this year. 26-year-old from Venezuela. 3-0 to 3-2. May delivers. Abreu swings and misses. Another strikeout for Dustin May. 5 of the last 6. He's retired with a strikeout.
Dodgers got back on the board. Back in the third on this Freddie Freeman walk. Couple strikes, chased the slider down below the zone, but watch him spit on the same pitch the last 2 pitches. That same slider down below the zone, worked that walk. Get in the Dodgers' first run. A great at bat from Freddie Freeman back in the third.
They got 2 more in the fourth. They lead 3-1. Curveball is downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes on Freddie Freeman. Walker Buehler at 94 pitches. He's hit 100 pitches 3 times this year with a high of 106. 2-0. 2-1. Got the call right there. Freddie Freeman as visibly frustrated as you're ever going to see.
Yeah, you do not see this reaction very often, but it's a great take. That's why. Pitch is not a strike, just a tad bit inside.
Ooh, very close to the same spot, but different call. 3-2. I think Dan Merzel had to be so disappointed that he made Freddie Freeman upset. He couldn't possibly call that back-to-back pitches, but then he gets him right there. Buehler with a sinker to the knees for his 3rd K.
That's tough. He's going to call the pitch in, and then he gives him this one, the sinker away. This is more of a strike, maybe clips the zone low and away, but after giving in, not a whole lot you can do with that pitch.
Pages, ball 1. Twice his fly to right. Buehler had 1 and 2.
Working a lot faster
Yeah.
last 2 innings. Much more catch and go, less walks too. We had 3 walks in that 3rd inning, and he's trying to go to that faster pace. Pages forcing him to slow down, calling timeout. See how far off the plate Andy is too. I mean, just kind of have an idea of where Walker Buehler had tried to go with that 2-seam before. Got quite a bit of distance between himself and that outside part of the plate.
Could be his last hitter here. 103 pitches. Lefty and Conforto, who took him deep, is on deck. Lefty Bernardino's ready. Fastball, got him. He's doubled his strikeout total. First 2 hitters here in the 5th. And that will finish the day for Walker Buehler. And what had to be an odd sensation for him, looking at the Dodgers in the batter's box. Said he had flashes of that early in his career against Jock Peterson or Cody Bellinger, early teammates of his, but it was going to be 9 of those guys today. First of its kind, this start for Buehler against the Dodgers. He gives up 3 over 4 2/3. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Back here at Fenway Park, where the Dodgers have a 3-1 lead over Walker Buehler and the Red Sox, who leaves after 4 2/3. Just too many balls today. 5 walks on 104 pitches, even though he's not through 5 innings. So the bullpen takes over. Southern California native Brennan Bernardino out of Valencia, who pitched in the first game of this series, on to face Conforto.
The last 2 batters out in the 9th, Friday night. Totals no earned runs over 8 appearances in the month of July. I was kind of hoping you'd say he's Southern California San Bernardino with the last name.
Oh, yeah.
Very close, though. Valencia is not far.
Conforto down the left field line, peeling. Fair off the monster. Throw heads in late, and Michael Conforto's got his 2nd extra base hit over the last 2 innings. Broke the tie with a home run in the 4th, doubles to extend the 5th.
Almost trying to mess with what he's been dealing with out in left field. Pokes this off, I think the window or whatever out there in the corner. Bounces into that hole. Roman Anthony playing it well off the corner.
Turns it into a 2-out chance for Tommy Edman. Breaking pitch to the back door for a strike. Tommy's 0 for 2 today. Has a hit and had a hit in each of the first 2 games of this series. It's been a good week for him.
Smoked a ball down the line his last at bat. Toro made a good play to get him out. That was when he was on the left side.
On this 1-1, Edman takes way inside, ball 2. Three and 1. Another walk. Back-to-back 2-out base runners for the Dodgers. Both guys that Bernardino's faced have reached. And Rushing comes up. After way too many strikeouts by Dodger hitters last night, way too many walks issued by Red Sox pitching today. 5 from Buer, already 1 from Bernardino. And Rushing, who grounded out and lined out, has a chance to grow the lead here. Flied into shallow left field. Trevor Story's out. Roman Anthony's on. He's got it. And the Dodgers strand a couple here in the 5th, halfway home in a 3-1 game.
The Toronto Blue Jays for a Kobe Bryant bobblehead night. First 40,000 fans in attendance will receive the special Kobe Bryant bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Dustin May has retired 8 straight, 5 of those via the strikeout. Rafaela, Toro, and Anthony coming up here in the bottom of the 5th. Rafaela has a base hit in this game, one of the 2 hits the Red Sox have against May, and that has been what has stood out the most for me, at least, Jess, is that fastball command right over there, establishing strike 1.
Especially doing it with both his fastballs, the sinker and that 4-seam. And we've seen the sweeper just play up because of it. I mean, thrown at that same tunnel. He's missed with the sweeper on his arm side as well, but when he can command that pitch off the fastball, it's so hard for these hitters to tell, and the cutter as well. So you're looking at like 96 on the fastball, 90 on the cutter, and then about 85, 86 on the sweeper coming out of that same slot.
The 1-2 to Rafaela. Fastball right where he wanted it. Fouled off. He'll do it again. Dustin May, 27 years old, debuted when he was 21 at the end of the 2019 season. This is the first time he's made more than 10 starts in a year. This is his 19th game today, his 18th start. Seems like he's still one of the kids just because he's pitched so infrequently because of the injuries. But Dustin May is actually going to enter free agency at the end of this year. So when we talk about him pitching for his spot in the rotation, he's pitching for more than that. He's making a case to the rest of the league of his value moving forward.
It's mind-blowing that he's a free agent because you're right, he feels like he's still such a young player.
Bats it short. for the first down of the 5th. Down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, even with talking to Dustin May about this, he was saying there are parts of him that it does feel like he is in his rookie season. And he said it's in a weird way. He's still learning how his body feels through a full 162, getting more reps later in the season, things like that. He did say that his body does feel really good right now. But even kind of the grind and traveling throughout the regular season, there's still parts of that he's still learning. So in a weird way, it does still seem like a rookie season for him as well.
Abraham Toro. Well, it was right around this time last year that the esophagus thing happened, and that was a long road back for him. Even as recently as like December, he could hardly throw. He could hardly rotate his upper body. As Toro serves one into center field for a 1-out hit. I mean, the ability to rotate explosively is the core move that baseball is all about. And the first time he went to throw, he's like, oh gosh, I don't feel like I can rotate at all. That's less than a year ago that he's sitting there saying that. So no matter what he does this year, you got to keep that in mind, that he is not far removed from a significant, unique, un-baseball related injury he's had to battle back from, on top of missing years and just not being able to accrue that experience. Roman Anthony sends one in the air deep to the left field corner. Conforto's back off the wall, bounces by him. 3-2. Anthony to third. Betts throws, not in time.
Michael Conforto having a tough time with the Green Monster. We've seen it on a few balls, an error earlier in this game, and this one just misplaying it off the wall. It comes off of it harder than he expected, ends up popping off his glove, gets all the way down to Mookie Betts, which allows Toro to score all the way from first base.
First career triple for Roman Anthony. 3-2 game, tying run at third. Alex Bregman coming up. And Alex Cora and a member of the training staff running out there to look at Anthony. Oh man, just lost one of their youngsters in Marcelo Meyer to a wrist injury. This guy right here has been as responsible as anybody for changing their fortunes this year. Coming up in early June. Already a 3-hitter, leadoff hitter today. He's going to stay in.
I seem to be looking at the lower half and hoping just it's a cramp. Looks like a really normal slide.
Tying run at third, one gone in the 5th. Alex Bregman, infield pulled in. Launches the first pitch over the monster. Red Sox take the lead.
Alex Bregman had a plan, and that was definitely looking sweeper, and he gets a hanging one right over the middle part of the plate. Pitch he wanted. Alex Bregman being so good here in Boston is owning that Green Monster, and he's done it since he's gotten back from that quad injury.
Strike on Jaron Duran. Red Sox, after going 3 innings without anything, single, triple, homer, 3 straight hitters, and the triple and the homer, back-to-back pitches. Duran smokes a line drive that'll hang up for Pages. The Red Sox have figured May out here, seeing him for the 3rd time. like Walker Buehler, the starter on the other side, Dustin May has struggled keeping the ball in the yard this year. The home run has flipped the score. Trevor Story with the bases empty and 2 out takes a strike. Jack Dreyer loosens. The bullpen that has Blake Trinan back.
About Dustin May too, facing this part of the order just the second time through. When it was the second time through, how much he carved him up. Different story. Now here in the 5th, he struck out Bregman, Duran, and Story back in the 3rd.
Barely get a piece to stay alive. Dodgers 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Red Sox 1 in the 1st, and now 3 here in the 5th. Series tied at a game apiece. Dodgers by 3 on Friday. Red Sox by 2 last night. All the games have been tight and compelling. Story to right. Tasker Hernandez is there, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. But they take the lead. 3 consecutive hits. Bregman's home run makes it 4-3. Got the pizza oven. Legit. 4-3 game, top of the 6th. Red Sox have taken the lead. Greg Weissert comes on to pitch, heavily used, top 5 in the American League in games pitched, and he was awesome early on, but looks like maybe the usage getting to him. He has not been the same the last month or so. 9-1-2 for the Dodgers. Rojas flies the first pitch he sees to left field. Anthony's back, and it's off the top of the wall. Throw from Duran is late, and a leadoff double from Rojas, who's got a perfect day going out of the 9 spot. 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and now a double.
First pitch swinging 2. It's a fastball inside. Beautiful job, and this is where, thank you. You know the Green Monster's out in left field. Miggy Rowe just sends this right off of it. Having fun peppering this thing. Easy double to lead off the inning.
And a chance for Betts to tie this game or give him the lead. Slider for a strike. Betts is 1 for 3. Knocked in a run with a single his last time. And you know he'd love to do it here in front of these fans. He came back here 2 years ago, went 7 for 15 with a home run. And an 0-1 from Weissert. Takes inside, ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Fly to right. Abreu, 1 away. And now Ohtani. So you got Rojas and Ohtani both having perfect days. Ohtani 2 for 2 with a walk. Yeah, and a visit coming here from Andrew Bailey. You don't often see this when it's a guy that, of course, you're going to see.
Yeah.
And nothing really going wrong. It's not like this is a pinch hitter.
Not that you didn't know you were going to face Ohtani
right
here in the 6th. He was coming up no matter what.
Well, a little more diversity to the offensive game for Ohtani today. Home run happy lately, which is awesome, but sprinkling in a couple singles today.
Especially off the pitches that he was hitting home runs off of. Changeups off the plate. Able to come around, line drives up the middle. Ironically, in a park where normally you want to drive it to left field.
Rojas is second, the tying run. Weissert to the plate. Ohtani takes way outside. Challenged him with a fastball, dumped back.
Did you hear that yell / grunt come out of Ohtani too? Talk about max effort swings. You see it with the bat speed, but rarely do you hear it too from out of his mouth.
The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. On a 2-1, Ohtani fouls off what would have been ball 3. Talk about how many Dodger fans are here and the road crowds the Dodgers draw around the team hotel, around the bus drop-off, lines of people, hundreds of people, and all the players that get off get good reactions, but double the noise level, double the admiration and awe when folks see Ohtani, who tries to tie this game on a 2-2 pitch with Rojas at second. Swings and misses for strike 3.
Fastball upstairs, get the chase, and this is where Ohtani has been attacked successfully from opposing pitchers. His elevated fastballs, changeups off the plate.
Up to Teoscar Hernandez. 2 strikeouts against Walker Buehler. More than half of the swings and misses that Buehler had today came against Hernandez. Dodgers trying to take advantage of the leadoff double from Rojas, who's still at second. Weisert's 0-1. Hernandez takes in the dirt. Count evens up. Dave Roberts said not even knowing the history of Teoscar Hernandez at Fenway Park, he thought that a trip like this, a place like this, could get him going. Teoscar always seems to love the bigger atmospheres, the louder crowds. Like he showed at Yankee Stadium a few times last year, and it has seemed to give him a jolt coming here. On this 1-1 from Weissert, Hernandez lays off. Steady dose of those breaking pitches away from him from the righties today. And most days that's the plan against him. The 2-1. 2-2.
Laying off the slider off the plate, just can't hold up.
Bounce down to third for Bregman. Running throw to get him, and the Dodgers squander the leadoff double.
There's 40,000 fans in attendance on August 4th. Will take home a Roki Sasaki bobblehead presented by Inaba. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Day is finished for Dustin May. He was cruising along there, 5 Ks over 6 hitters in the 3rd and the 4th inning, but then the Red Sox blitz him for 3 in the 5th, and he leaves on the hook here. 4-3. Out of the bullpen comes Jack Dreyer with his first outing since Tuesday, and the first pitch that he throws fly to center off the end of the bat of Yoshida. 1 pitch, 1 out for the rookie Dreyer.
Dreyer, look at the numbers, 2.98 for a guy that wasn't even expected to probably be in this bullpen. Has been one of the stronger arms, trusted arms on the left side. You see just the 20 walks and the 50 strikeouts, only 1 home run allowed entire season. More consistent arms, but have not seen him since Tuesday, as you mentioned, since Minnesota.
Gave up a run in that game. First time over his last 5 that he'd given one up. Carlos Narvaez, first pitch curve, lands for a strike. Dodger bullpen as a whole in this series, 7 2/3 no runs allowed after they gave up 10 in the 3 games against Minnesota. 0-2 on Narvaez. Struck him out on 3 pitches.
Beautiful job with the fastball. He's exactly where Rushing wants it, up in the zone, gets the chase. Narvaez.
Wilyer Abreu, 0 for 2 today. 0 for his last 14, 7 strikeouts in that time. Going into trade deadline week a couple years ago, Abreu was a prospect that moved. It's always fun to look back and see, you know, the deals that typically go down are a major league ready player that is the point of the deal, and then a name that most people have never heard of to check back on those a couple years later. He came to the Red Sox for Christian Vasquez at the deadline in 2022. Neither team can be upset about that deal. Vasquez helped the Astros win the championship, and Abreu has blossomed into a good player.
Doesn't feel like all trades seem to really work out that way.
Where both sides are happy.
Yeah. Especially from the prospect side. It's so much unknown. Have great potential, great numbers down in the minors, but until you get to this level, it's just a whole different ball game, especially for big market teams like LA and Boston.
Fly ball center field. Andy Pages. Jack Dreyer with a 1-2-3-6.
We love a full circle moment. So back in 2023, Dave Roberts went into the Green Monster with some media and, of course, players from the Dodgers, and he found his original signature back from 2000, in which he wrote his name, and underneath it he put the initials CDR, which were his son's initials for Cole. At that time, Tricia, his wife, was pregnant with Cole, and then 4 years later, when he happened to be playing for the Red Sox on the same date in which he originally signed his name in the Green Monster, it was 9/19/2000. So 4 years later, 9/19/2004, playing for the Red Sox, his daughter Emmy Roberts was born. So yesterday, Emmy and his wife Tricia, they got to go into the Green Monster, where Emmy got to sign her name alongside her brothers, guys.
Good stuff, Kirsten. Freddie Freeman leads off this inning against Justin Wilson. Inside and a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Freeman. Dodgers down a run as they face Wilson for the 2nd game in a row. Wilson pitched a scoreless 7th yesterday. What a season he's had after he had a ERA close to 6 for the Red Sox last year. 220, or for the Reds last year, 225 for the Red Sox. For a very short time, he was a Dodger. Part of spring training with the Dodgers last year, after he had missed almost 2 full years coming off Tommy John. At the age of 37, 13th year in the big leagues, tapping back into his early career success. Routine fly ball to left field for Roman Anthony. Freddie Freeman the first out of the 7th. Andy Pages, who'd been rolling the last few days, looking for his first hit of this ball game at 0 for 3. Ball 1. Strike 1.
Dirty slider from Justin Wilson. Coming on the hands of Pages. See the movement on this thing. Pages has 2 flyouts to right field. Both of them kind of just pulled off breaking balls. Struck out looking his last at bat.
I had 2-1. Wilson throws. Pages takes outside again, ball 3. Seen him rein in the chase a little bit the last couple weeks. Conforto waits on deck. It's one of the big swings in this game for the Dodgers. A home run back in the 4th that had given them the lead at the time. Pages shoots one down the line and foul. You always kind of wonder. You can't give up on balls down the line here with Pesky's pole looming surprisingly close. It sneaks up on you. It's like the pole creeps its way towards home plate as fly balls head out there.
Definitely one of the more unique ballparks, especially for the outfield. I think it'd be fun to play the outfield here because there's so many challenges. Shows off the skills, and then it'll also show when you don't have them.
Definitely wouldn't be boring. Payoff pitch. Fouled again.
It's your home ballpark, though, and I saw Roman Anthony do a good job in left, playing the ball off the monster, kind of putting on a clinic. Just being able to understand it, take the practice and the time to know all the different spots.
Pages on the 8th pitch drives a fly ball to right. Backs up Abreu. 2 out. T-Mobile coverage cam focuses on Michael Conforto as he makes his way to the plate. 2 for 3 in this game with a home run in the 4th and a double in the 5th.
424 feet, took a cutter right down the middle. Beautiful part. Talk about the outfield in this park. You don't see many be able to clear the fence. Right center field, the deepest part. Conforto did it.
Dodgers down a run in the 7th as Conforto smacks another one right field. Abreu will watch it bounce over his head and over the wall, and it's the 3rd extra base hit of the game for Conforto. And with that, the tying run is in scoring position here in the 7th inning.
Smash this, 110 miles an hour. Okay, Mikey, I see you swinging the bat. Couple doubles now. Home run 424. Seen a variety of different pitches too. Went down and got this one. One hopped over the fence.
Hit him with a Mikey, huh?
Yeah, you get 3 extra base hits. Get the nicknames.
You get Tommy Edman to the plate here. Tying run at 2nd, 2 gone. Edman fouls it off. 0 for 2, does have a walk in this game. Second game this year, Michael Conforto's had 3 extra base hits. That doubles his career total. 0-2. That clipped him on an 0-2 pitch. Edman gets hit. Just got that elbow guard. And instead of Dalton rushing, Dave Roberts sends up Will Smith to pinch hit. Or you talk about high leverage spots for pitchers to get deployed. It's not always the 9th inning where the most important spot is. Same thing with a hitter right here. Not the 9th inning, but could be their best chance. Will Smith, best hitter in the National League by average this year. Best hitter in the National League with runners in scoring position. And he's been just as good, even better in some ways, when he comes up as a pinch hitter.
It's preparation and understanding. Of course, this series. And it's interesting because we rarely see him anymore because of how he's hitting, get a full day off. I mean, he gets it off behind the plate until now, but you note, he's been down in the cage preparing. I mean, good understanding what he's about to face.
So instead of the lefty-lefty Wilson against Rushing, lefty-righty Wilson against Smith. Conforto at second, Edman at first. Both guys reaching with 2 gone here in the 7th inning. And now Will Smith off of the bench. So here we go. First pitch from Wilson. In the air to left field. Anthony tiptoes back and has plenty of room to send this game to the bottom of the 7th. They get Smith on 1 pitch. Stand and stretch. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Check out the full lineup of stylish, powerful trucks and SUVs. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Ice cream of the future, baby. Still, I don't know if the future's ever going to arrive. 4-3 Red Sox to the bottom of the 7th. Will Smith stays in after pinch hitting. Justin Robleski back to the big leagues. Delivers ball 1 to Cedar Rafaela.
Good to see him back. Fastball, sinker, slider, cutter, curveball, changeup. Throwing the fastball a whole heck of a lot less, about 1/3 of the time. Slider's been a great pitch for him as well. Batter's hitting just 171 against him.
And of course, a starter by Trey can give him multiple innings here as they get ready to head to Cincinnati to start a 3-game series tomorrow. That's topped along 3rd, and it's 1-2 on Rafaela.
Be interesting to see too starters that have been used within the Dodgers rotation now that we're getting everyone healthy. And Kirsten Watson reporting on this before too. Blake Snell returning to the rotation in Tampa only helped this bullpen that has been very well used. A lot of these guys that not only give length but also some really good stuff moving from the rotation to the bullpen.
Yamamoto, Glasnow, and Ohtani lined up for the 3 games in Cincy. Before, like you said, Snell comes back this weekend. The Reds, by the way, have Burns, Lodolo, and Nick Martinez going in those 3. Reds won again today, a 5th consecutive victory. They're within a game of the Padres for the last playoff spot. Another 1-2. Rafaela fouls it back again.
Both the NL and the AL wild card race, it's all just 0.5s and 1.5s. Everybody, game or 2. The trade deadline looming. That's why it matters so much. Get to the end of this month, and are you a buyer? Are you a seller? What are you? It's hard to figure out with so many teams buying.
Aroldis Chapman's already loose, ready to go. 9-1-2 coming up. Saved the game last night, but Alex Cora seeing a chance right here to use him against the top of the order. Rafaela into left field, hangs up for Conforto. Here's Toro. Two and 0. There's a strike. And now strike 2. Justin Robleski gave up 8 runs in his season debut in Washington. 7 games though going back and forth in the months since then. Has an ERA around 3. strikeouts have gone through the roof. He's limited the walks. He's another one of those guys that it doesn't jump right to mind because he's been out of sight, out of mind, but another one of those guys that you could see playing a role in this second half, perhaps out of the bullpen.
Especially coming from the left side. His ability to mix a variety of different pitches. Not be as predictable. Most guys are coming out of the bullpen. It's sinker slider. You know what you're going to see.
Oh, he hit him. Toro's on. Anthony's up. Knocked in a run with his first career triple his last time. On base 5 of his last, or make that 6 of his last 7 times up. And then hitting leadoff today for the first time in his young major league career. Alex Cora said he just had a feeling. This felt right. Something that Anthony did for a lot of his time in the minors. And then with him reaching base 4 times yesterday, Cora's saying, okay, I kind of like the look of high on base Roman Anthony. Jaron Duran's been hitting well with runners on base, so he flipped him down to 3. And he said they'll give this a look for a little bit here.
I think it was weirder to see Duran in the 3 hole just because Duran epitomizes that leadoff hitter. I mean, just a grinder, especially earlier in his career, but how well he runs the bases. Anthony. Really good at bats yesterday against Kershaw. That's probably what impressed me the most. The left on left.
Yeah, and this is for Duran, his first career start hitting 3rd. Now that's in 5 major league seasons. So yeah, noteworthy that Anthony's hitting leadoff, but to your point, even more so, Duran's down in that 3 spot. Robleski's ahead of him 1-2. He comes back home and just misses away with a heater. Anthony, who was a 3-sport guy growing up, football and basketball, baseball always his favorite though. On this 2-2, grounds one to second, could be 2. Rojas to second one, bets to first, not in time. And the old 3-sport star legs out a fielder's choice.
This ball was hit hard too. Miggy Rowe getting it over to Mookie. Anthony just beats it out, barely.
What happened to Mookie there?
He almost got caught.
Los Angeles is challenging a safe call at first base.
Ooh. Might have gotten him. Still, what happened to Mookie there? Did his necklace hit him in the face?
He got his hand, it looked like, caught on his necklace.
He broke a necklace in his at bat in the 9th inning last night.
He had to put it in his pocket, that bat and ball necklace. Just
Jeez.
hard throw for Miggy Rowe.
But did the glove
get his face?
Catch? I still think the necklace got caught on maybe a string. I don't know. It was funky looking though. In real time, I'm like, why is he looking towards 3rd? Huh? No. Whatever happened, I think he might have overcome it to turn a double play here. We'll see. Very close on replay. Does look like they might have gotten him.
After review, the call of the field stands. The runner is safe.
Okay, never mind. Worth the challenge, especially with this guy coming up, Alex Bregman. We take a look at the performance spotlight brought to you by Nissan. A 2-run home run that gave the Red Sox the lead in the 5th.
See Dustin May's reaction, the sweeper he hung. First pitch, by the way, Bregman sitting on it all the way.
First year with the Red Sox. Red Sox ties that run deep, though. His grandpa was the lawyer for the Washington Senators that negotiated the contract for Ted Williams to come over and be the manager of the Senators. And so Alex's dad, Alex puts it this way, he said, my dad grew up on Ted Williams' lap in those dugouts in the early day Washington Senators, or the early days of Ted Williams' managing career. So that love that Alex has from baseball was passed down and away from Ted Williams to his father to him.
All the knowledge I'm sure his father gained spread down to Alex. Could be a photo. I mean, sitting on the lap of Ted Williams. It's pretty dang cool.
2-1 from Robleski is pop back. 2-2. If there is, I'm sure it'll surface. If for nothing else, then Alex's dad is now running for the governor of New Mexico. So
that should be on all your posters.
Well, even if you don't want it, if you're running for office, if it's out there, if it exists, it'll show up. Yeah. Anthony into scoring position on this wild pitch. And first base now open. How aggressive are you with Bregman with the left-handed batting Duran on deck?
Especially the way that Bregman is swinging the bat right now. Been on a tear the last couple weeks.
Fastball sails high and away. First and second with 2 out. And they do go lefty-lefty with Duran. One for 3 today. 5 out of 10 this weekend. One and 0. Totally different guy facing left-handed pitching. OPS 300 points lower. 1-1. To your point, though, had a good day yesterday against the lefty in Kershaw. Hit by pitch and a walk. First and second with 2 out. 2 balls and 1 strike on Duran. Trevor Story's on deck.
Biggest thing with Duran is he gets super jumpy. You see it on the base paths, but he'll do that with his swing too. And so left on left, you have to stay on the ball. Duran has to be extra disciplined.
2-2. First game in the big leagues for Robleski since July 5th. He and Blake Treinen both activated today. Anthony at second, Bregman at first. The 2-2 pitch. Full count, and the runners will get a head start. Got him. Robleski pitches around a couple base runners. After 7, 4-3. Well, not only did this strikeout finish off the inning, it gets you free jumbo jacks tomorrow. 7th of the day for Dodger pitching, and it stays 4-3. To the 8th inning we go, and Aroldis Chapman will come on to face 9-1-2. Chapman got the save last night, and here at the age of 37 in his 16th year in the major leagues, the best ERA of his career.
It's unbelievable, Joe. I mean, to think about where he's at, all the teams, the history that he's had within the game, and honestly the command. Look at the 61 strikeouts to just those 11 walks. Because when he's struggled, Joe, it has been with that and the walks, especially late in games. And here he is, biggest inning for the Red Sox right now.
Rojas leads it off. He set the table out of that 9 spot perfectly so far today. 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and then doubled his last time. Betts and Ohtani to follow. 4-3 Boston, top of the 8th. In the rubber match between these teams. 2-0. Chapman was able to pitch around the walk of Esteury Ruiz to get the save last night. But to your point, his walk rate this year cut in half, more than cut in half from what it's been the last few seasons. 2-1.
Still hit 100 miles an hour.
Like it's nothing.
It's just. And he's figured out a lot more with his mechanics. That's the reason you see the command so much better and cleaner.
But he's behind Rojas 3-1.
Rojas, that's what he's been doing, though. Just waiting out pitchers, the 2 walks, 2nd and 3rd innings.
That is a pitch clock violation and ball 4.
That was on Narvaez, too. He came out to almost go to talk to Chapman. I don't know what he was doing. He came out from behind home plate as Chapman wanted to pitch. Clock ran out.
That's the first time Miguel Rojas has taken 3 walks in a game in 4 years. And he's on as the tying run. Mookie Betts is up. Second time in 24 hours having to face Chapman. And yeah, it is having to face Chapman, not getting to face him. And especially in Mookie's case last night, getting to the park after the game had started, going up there with the game on the line, taking strike 3 to end it. 1 for 4 today with an RBI single. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. This is how last night's game ended.
Fastball, and you could tell he was looking for something else. So frustrating, but I mean, his Saturday, dealing with the family stuff, getting on a plane, getting off the plane, going straight into here you go.
3 balls and no strikes. Aroldis Chapman having a hard time finding the strike zone. This is the old bad version of him, which again would only surface sporadically, but when it would, this is what it looked like.
Night game, day game.
3-0. Top of the zone for a strike. Ohtani's on deck. On a 3-1 pitch, Mookie Betts takes ball 4. Back-to-back walks to open the 8th for the Dodgers against Chapman. First time all year that Aroldis Chapman has walked multiple hitters in a game. And it comes to the first 2 that he faces ahead of Ohtani. Two hits and a walk today for Shohei. 6 home runs his last 7 games. Power against power. Chapman to Ohtani. Took a little off. Took a lot off. 88 with the slider. Strike 1. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Shohei swings and lifts a ball to left field. Anthony has room. 1 out.
Goes back to back with the slider, and this one left up in the zone. Ohtani just getting underneath it. This thing was where it was supposed to be. I think he would have hit it out.
The trainer coming out to look at Chapman. And they're going to take him out.
It seemed like Chapman was arguing with him, and Cora was the one that initiated all of this. He obviously saw something and did not want to chance it.
Velocity was down a little bit. Velocity on the season 98, 99, but it was 96 here in this 8th inning. So Chapman leaves. Dodgers have the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first.
Bling, the first 40,000 fans in attendance on August 6th. Take home a special Shohei Ohtani World Series championship ring. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
You go from flame-throwing lefty to flame-throwing righty. Jordan Hicks, who came over in the Rafael Devers trade from San Francisco. And with the Giants, he was really struggling this year. He had a +6 ERA as a starter for them. He's come to the Red Sox, been better, 338 out of the bullpen. They've been looking for somebody with velocity to add to Chapman to that pen. Hicks has given them that. Dodgers down 4-3. They've got runners at first and second with one out, and Teoscar Hernandez coming up against Hicks.
Still kind of a weird exit for Aroldis Chapman. Did not seem like there was any kind of injury, but Alex Cora noticing what you mentioned, the velocity being down, maybe a slight grimace, just not having stuff. So here we are, Jordan Hicks, not expected, or at least the Red Sox coming into this 8th inning.
Well, he has really struggled in clutch spots. With runners in scoring position, opponents are hitting .435 against Hicks. And you see Kim is pinch running for Rojas at second, representing the tying run. Shoulder bugging him, but his legs feeling fine. Hernandez 0 for 3 today. It's been a good weekend, though, with a home run in each of the first 2 games. Another power matchup. Hicks against Hernandez. Ball 1. Dodgers another day where they've struggled with runners in scoring position. One of the stories this weekend. Yesterday they had 9 hits but went 2 for 13 with men on base. Dropped that game 4-2. Looking for the big hit that eluded him yesterday. 1-1 pitch. Sweeps away for ball 2. On a 2-1 from Hicks. Hernandez jumps out of the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Same deal for Hicks as Chapman. The issue throughout his career has been command. Different deal, though, in that he's walking more this year than usual. 3-2. Fouls off a fastball. Just a late swing to stay alive.
Yeah. It was like he was taken all the way until, ooh, this is going to be closer than I thought. It's that fastball that's gotten hit from Hicks. Batter's hitting over 300 against it. See that just protected swing.
Up the middle, caught by Rafaela, dives to the bag, but late. He says, check that. And in real time, I think he might be right. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be a double play. Say down Rafaela.
Boston is challenging the safe call at second base.
Best defensive center fielder in the majors has moved into second with the injury to Marcelo Meyer. And a fantastic effort right here. Likely to double off Kim and end the threat.
Not only catching the line drive, but Joe, he was already moving towards second, knowing he was going to catch it.
Before the announcement, the Red Sox are already headed off of the field. Fans already standing and cheering. They know what's coming.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Boston retains the count.
4-3 Red Sox to the bottom of the 8th. When this game wraps up, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by Mercury Insurance. John and Nomar and Dontrell. Been a good series, been a good game. 4-3 Red Sox to the bottom of the 8th. Kim stays in and plays second base after pinch running for Rojas. Robleski stays in as well. It's Trevor Story to lead off, then Yoshida, then Narvaez. First pitch swinging, stabbed at third by Edman. Looked like it took a funny hop, and he was still able to pluck it with a webbing. One away.
How good has Tommy Edman looked at third base? Has not played there 5 years, has it been? It's been a long time for Tommy, and he has been, this series, looking good at the hot corner. Another great play here, the angle and the throw.
You certainly would never know that there's been that gap that you're talking about. He was confident that it would be a smooth transition. Position that allowed him to get to the major leagues was learning to play third base. When he was in the upper minors with the St. Louis Cardinals, but he was blocked at short. He was blocked at second. So he said, why don't I add this to my club, to my bag? And right after that, Matt Carpenter got hurt at third. Jed Jerko replaced him. Jed Jerko got hurt, and so Tommy Edman got called up to the big leagues, and most of his rookie year was spent playing there. So he said it's not like learning a new position. Yeah, shaking some rust off, but no matter where you put Tommy, you feel good about it.
Absolutely, and the way too he talks about it as if it is easy, but it is not. We've seen many a third baseman, that's their primary position, and they struggle over there. Different reads, the angles, and now of course with shifts and where you're playing all over.
Rob Refsnyder to pinch hit for Masataka Yoshida. Lefty killer with an OPS above 900, all-star territory against lefties. Looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Dodgers. Freeman, Pages, and Conforto coming up. Aroldis Chapman left the game with an injury. Jordan Hicks replaced him. And there is nobody warming in the Red Sox bullpen. So it looks like it'll be Hicks. Refsnyder with a pinch hit base hit.
Speaking of easy, it's what Rob Refsnyder looks like every time he's in against a lefty. Just the ease he has, especially pitches coming towards him, the way his swing path is. Base hit, 5-6 hole.
And now Carlos Narvaez. Ball and a strike. The 1-1 to third for Tommy Edman. Goes to second, one. Kim to first, two. To the 9th inning we go. Freeman, Pages, Conforto coming up against Jordan Hicks. Hicks just one save this season. That was when he was in San Francisco with the Giants. Looking for one here. 4-3, Boston in front, courtesy of that 3-run 5th inning. Dodgers have the heart of the order coming up here. Freddie Freeman, Andy Pages, Michael Conforto. The former MVP to lead off. Pages has been hot lately, and then Conforto's had the best day of anybody today.
Biggest thing is taking advantage of all the base runners. I mean, Dodgers, it hasn't been quiet. 16 runners on base. The 3 runs a show for it. Really good at bats.
Freeman 0 for 3. Brought in the first round with a bases loaded walk against Buer back in the 3rd. Dodgers had Buer out of this game in the 5th inning, but just have not been able to tack on against the Red Sox bullpen. and in danger of dropping this series. Down the line foul, and it's 1-2. Just misses. Well, it was in the zone, but with Narvaez set up a little bit inside, having to reach for that, that's probably what kept it from being called strike 3. So life for Freddie Freeman. 2-2 pitch. This time he swings and misses, one away.
Same pitch doing two different things. Instead of hanging at the top of the zone, gets the bite that Hicks wants. Away from the barrel of Freddie Freeman.
This bullpen has taken off, been a big part of the reason why the Red Sox have surged. Pages cracks one to the hole at short. Story takes his time, guns it across, 2 out. Ball was hit so hard, Story with a good baseball clock knew that he had time to get everything on the throw.
102 miles an hour off the bat, and this is where we've seen Trevor Story excel. It's the throw here and understanding. A lot of times you see guys just throw this ball into the dugout. Instead, just a perfect throw from that 5-6 hole.
Up to Conforto, who's been the man today. 3 extra base hits, a home run and 2 doubles. Ball and a strike. The 1-1. Ball 2. Giants teammates a year ago. Jordan Hicks, Michael Conforto, with 2 gone in the 9th inning. On a 2-1 pitch, Conforto looks at ball 3. (3-1). Chopped along first, and they're down to their last strike. Lays off ball 4. Tying run reaches as Conforto takes the walk. On base for the 4th time today. And Tommy Edman will get his chance. A pinch runner over there at first base, Esteury Ruiz. How long before Ruiz takes off, tries to get into scoring position in the ballpark where Dave Roberts did what he was always told he at one point would have to do: steal a base when everybody in the stadium has eyes on you and knows that you're going to steal. That'd be the case with Ruiz here.
How about 9 walks in this game too for the Dodgers? Never think of the amount of hits, amount of base runners. More than 3 runs, a chance to keep putting it on here, but they've done a great job with their at-bats, even with 2 strikes, coming back and working those walks.
Yeah, those 9 walks, Jess, 1 shy of a season high. Only brought 2 of them in to score, though. So Tommy Edman's at the plate. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. Ruiz at first base, 3 for 3 in stolen bases since coming to the Dodgers. Stole 67 of them in his lone full major league season in Oakland. Is he going right away? Time taken. Carlos Narvaez behind the plate leads the majors in caught stealing. Jordan Hicks way better than most back-end relievers at controlling the running game. There goes Ruiz, first pitch. Throw from Narvaez. Not in time. He steals it when everybody knows it's coming.
And when everyone did everything right. I mean, the time to home, Narvaez gets a great throw off. But Ruiz just that much better. Beautiful job.
Doing his best Dave Roberts impression. Pinch runner, steals a base, and now can they tie it? 2-0 on Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman trying to play Bill Miller. 2-1. .311 hitter with men in scoring position on the year. There's strike two. Two pitch. Fouls it off. Another 2-2. Ruiz runs. Tapper left side. Bregman has it, and the Red Sox take the series. Dodgers lose their 13th game out of their last 18. And lose 2 of 3 at Fenway Park to open this 3-city trip.
I think the hardest thing is similar to last night after the home run inning. The 4th in this game, unable to score, and we talked about it throughout the game. The 17 base runners doing a great job getting on base, but not getting enough runners in.
They strand a season-high 13 in this game and fall 4-3. For Jess and Kirsten, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Boston, from the Red Sox to the Reds. 4 o'clock Pacific tomorrow. Game 1 from Cincinnati.